is Grace.
Hi, this is Allentail, but you can call me Matthew.
This is Hannah. Hi, this is Emily.
Hi, I'm Abby.
Hi, this is Jamie.
And
this is
Adventures in Absurdity.
Hi. Welcome back, everybody. We have Emily, Grace, and Jamie this week. And we're going to talk about Mistaken for Good. So we went from an old episode to a new episode. So that's exciting.
Mistaken for Good was written, directed, and produced by Bob Hoose, executive producer Dave Arnold, and its summary is: Jay's visit to a nursing home takes an unexpected turn when an old woman mistakes him for her grandson and offers him money as a birthday present.
Ooh, I love this episode. I'm the one who put it on the list.
It's a good episode. It just makes me angry.
That's true.
Makes me cry. You guys,
It makes me both angry and cry.
Yeah, I love Ethan album so much. I think for sure it's my favorite album out of
Oh,
the
yeah.
three, but I think it's my favorite album out of all of Odyssey.
Wow.
I love all of the episodes, and it's just like all of them, including the Labyrinth at some points, make me cry. It's just so well written. Don't know why I cry, but yeah.
Yeah. I think, let's see. I think I love the whole album. This is the one that has Sergeant York in it, right?
Yep.
That's my only beef with the album, The Deep End, 55. Is I am never a fan of stuff like that where it's just like outside of Odyssey, nothing to do with the characters. Like Sergeant York is a really good episode. My only beef with that is that a fourth of the album is Sergeant York.
Yeah.
But it's got the Labyrinth, so I love that one.
I feel like a 3-parter would have been okay, but the 4-parter's a bit much.
Yes.
They should have gave To Mend or Repair 2 parts. Like, I'm very bitter.
Yeah.
Which one's that one?
It's like...
That's like when Eugene and Katrina can't have kids.
That one. Oh, yeah, I agree.
It's like the TikTok soundbite where you're like, hold up. You're not just gonna scoot right past that. Like, that's what I listened to that episode again, and that's what it felt like. I was like...
Yeah, and the fact that, like, sure, I mean, if you're gonna give them just one episode, don't make them share the plot line. Because, you know, like, Barrett and Priscilla had their own thing going on. I'm like, you can't just say they can't have kids and then move... Sorry.
Katrina cannot be debilitatingly depressed, and you just slide right past it.
Well, we all know how Odyssey feels about mental health, I guess. So...
Anyway, Mistaken for Good.
Also,
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Quick forewarning. I'm in the hallway of my dorm, so if there's sudden noise, it's because somebody walked in the hallway.
Yeah. I will say I love I think it would be in the opening where Jay comes into the Wits Inn and he's like, "No, I'm a human Jenga puzzle," or something like that. What does he say?
Yeah.
Something like that. That one's a great line.
Yeah, Wit's like, "Do you need help with that?" No, don't touch me. I'm a human Jenga puzzle.
Yes. It's hilarious. This whole episode is great, Jay. I love
Jay is such a golden character, and this episode just outlines everything great about Jay.
And we haven't gotten to talk about Jay yet.
No, we haven't.
I don't think we've done anything past album 50. I think this is the first the first reboot episode we've done.
Uh-huh. It is, yeah.
For as much as we talk about the reboot.
Yeah. I was talking about this episode in my room, and I was talking about Jay, and my roommate goes, "Oh yeah, I was on Tumblr and I saw a picture of Jason from Adventures in Odyssey, and I finally understand why you guys are so obsessed with him." And I'm like, thanks.
Yes.
Love that. Did she see Jason or did she see Townsend?
I think it was Jason. It was a fan art of Jason.
Oh, okay. All right.
Ooh, is it the one that was my iPad picture for forever? I can't remember who drew it, but that was a great fan art of Jason.
Probably. I don't know what it was. I just found it funny that she mentioned it to me. Not that I don't talk about it enough, but anyway.
True.
Well, yeah, so the episode opens up and it's Jay coming into Wits End, and he has all these like books and stuff that he's supposed to bring to the nursing home, and his mom is quote unquote making him waste his precious time of doing nothing.
Oh, such a little
Gen Z in that show.
I gotta think of another way to say what Emma always calls Jay. It is Emma who always refers to him, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Troublemaker.
A little troublemaker. Yeah. I love his yeah, I have to bring these books to all those old geezer, the fine elderly people. It reminds me of Eugene in, what was it, The Battle? Mr. Whitaker, a man of your careful of your social class.
Yeah.
That, I feel like Jay is like, if you need an iconic person for all these one-liners, he is one of your main men. He'll supply them always.
Yep, so Jay goes to the nursing home, and Mrs. Kramer is there. We love her.
Oh yes, I love Mrs. Kramer. She is one of my favorite Odyssey characters ever, mainly because of such her snarky attitude. And I can just tell, like, she has RBF just by the way she speaks.
Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, what's the lizard lady in Monsters Inc? That
I don't know who you're
Mike
talking about.
Wazowski like
Always
sucked up
watching
to?
Wazowski.
Yeah.
Yes, she reminds me of her. I wonder if it's the same person.
I can totally see that.
She just gives me those vibes. So I kind of picture Mrs. Kramer as that, but in human form.
Nice. Oh, when he comes in, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Have a good day, sweetheart.
Yes. But what's her name? The old lady. I can't remember her name. She's so sweet.
Mrs. Yeah,
Teddy.
Helen. Yeah, her first name's Helen. Last name is Mrs. I don't remember, but I just refer to her as Helen. That's her first name.
1 second. It's Helen Wilson.
Wilson. That's who.
Mrs. Wilson, yeah. He's so sweet on her. Oh, like at first, nah.
Yeah, she just melts my heart.
Jay, like, he tries to be all tough and cool, but he's not a bad kid. Like, when she offers him the birthday money, like, he tries not to take it.
Yeah.
And
it's
not like he accepts it the first time and then feels guilty. It's like he doesn't want her to give it to him to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
She just insists, and so he takes it so he can leave more than anything else.
Yeah.
For sure. Deep down, I really believe Jay Smouse is a good kid. I
think so.
I think he might have not like self-worth issues, but like he's just trying to fit in. And yeah.
Well, that's
like he has self-worth issues.
There and back again.
Yes, I just listened to that. I was going to bring that up.
Like,
he has self-worth
honestly.
issues. I think that was the best way to say it, Grace. Like, he just doesn't think his parents
They're too busy for him. They're a brain surgeon and a rocket scientist, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
his parents are like, they
Yeah.
seem so distant. He just needs someone to know that he's loved.
Yes.
Reason 561 to love Jace Mouse.
I love Jay. Even like when I was doing nothing but complaining before I actually like was willing to admit the good things happened in the later seasons, I love Jay.
Yeah. I think I have it written in my notes. Like maybe a total of 5 times just I love Jay. Oh my gosh, I love Jay. Hey guys, guess what? I love Jay.
We stand Jace Mouse in this podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking with Mrs. Wilson, and she thinks that he is her grandson Humphrey, which
Yes.
makes me so sad because it just makes me so upset because I know there are actual people out there who have family, but their family are never go and visit them and they're lonely, and it just makes me sad. But
It makes you mad at the real Humphrey.
it really
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
Oh.
Then we get Vance King rolling into the picture. Can I just say,
Okay.
I hate Vance just about as much as I hate Ben, and that's saying something.
As much as you hate who?
I hate as Brandon Teller. I hate
Oh, wow.
Brandon. Wow.
Wow. Okay, Grace.
Yeah,
Go off.
I mean, y'all know how I feel about him, so you know.
Vance always throws me off because I hate the character. He's so annoying. But the fact that they change his actor like every album, I'd never know if I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, is that Vance? Oh, it's Vance. Okay.
Wasn't Jason Earls the voice of Vance for the first time?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So
For
just imagine what was his name, Jackson and Hannah
Jackson.
Montana.
As much as I picture Jackson and Hannah Montana, I also picture his character in Kickin' It. Did you guys ever watch that?
Yes,
I've seen a couple episodes, but not a lot.
Yeah, I watched
don't
that
watch.
as much as if not more than I watched Hannah Montana because it was a little older. Or it's a little newer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just for one episode, but that was weird.
Yeah. Oh, when Jay remembers how her favorite color is yellow.
It's yellow. It's for a yellow carnation. Oh, yellow is my favorite. Yeah, I knew. He's trying to act like it doesn't. He's okay. He's not bothered. He's not touched. He has no feelings.
Yeah.
Untrue.
Mm-hmm. Got that tap.
It's like it would be different if he even succeeded acting cold the entire time, but he can't even do that. Like he's such a soft guy that he can't even act cold.
I find it so funny when he tries to be this macho man. It's like he's trying really hard.
Yeah, I really want a good redemption arc. He's got redemption for the most part, but I want a good Jace Mouse arc.
If they can give Dion a redemption arc, they can give Jay a good redemption arc.
Yeah, they pulled Jay's arc more into the club, but I want to see them pull it out, with Here and Back again. Which they brought him back into regular Odyssey then after that. But yeah, it just.
Well, I mean, they still might at some point, and I'm hoping they do because Jay just deserves better.
He does. Justice for Jay.
Jay and Buck as a duo.
Ooh.
Well, we've seen them together, and Jay is kind of annoying. He kind of gets on Buck's nerves.
I know, it is. That's why I think it would be hilarious. It would be like Bernard and Eugene.
Yes. I love that.
I really want Jason and Jay. We saw some of it in the
Yes.
track again, but
Yes. Jason and Jay talking about insecurities together, like kind of together, was like amazing.
yeah. So good.
There
So
has
after-
to be a. Oh, go for it. Sorry.
No. Say what you're gonna say. I was just gonna move on to the next section. Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
When there has to be a special kind of punishment for this line. I guess it just kind of feeds into the whole. He's trying to be. He's too big of a softie to do it. Actually.
So after Vance makes him, Vance basically blackmails him into doing it,
Yeah.
and then after he blackmails him, they go back and they do the flowers.
And she's like,
then-
Teddy. And you can already tell she's not a fan of Teddy. Grandma does not like Teddy.
No one likes Teddy. Screw you, Teddy.
And then Vance convinces Jay to return to the nursing home. I'm just on the wiki now.
Oh yeah,
And then
it's
and
like
then so Jay
Mrs.
feels
Kramer.
terrible.
Mrs. Kramer stops
Stay.
Jay.
Yeah.
She is like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
need to
Oh
talk
yeah.
to you.
You've restored my faith in the youth of today.
You restored my faith, in the youth of today.
Which is really funny coming from Miss Kramer to Jay.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
the dynamic of those two characters is hilarious.
It's a great dynamic.
It is.
It is.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's when
she
he
says
starts to feel really bad for what he's done.
Yeah, and when
Yeah,
she's like,
And then he waits in the hallway, right?
Yeah,
That's
he
the next
doesn't
time
go
we meet, yeah.
in.
but Vance goes in and takes the money from her, and it really kicks him. Or isn't that when they go in and he's like, ooh, like, oh, we gotta go to our appointment. Maybe you could give us all your money for tax.
Oh yeah, taxis. Yeah.
Which, like, how big is Odyssey? Because you can't be a small town and have buses and taxis. It just doesn't. And a train station. It just doesn't make sense, sis. It just
No.
doesn't.
They have planes too, so
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got an airport, so
Yeah. And I was listening to Call Me If You Care the other night, and they have a VA hospital too. I'm like, how you're not a small town. You're not.
my fairly medium to big size city does not have all that stuff in it.
hey, the capital city of my state has an airport that's probably about the size of Odyssey's airport because there's two terminals. Like the capital
Yeah.
of my state.
Honestly, I think
Yeah.
I'm same. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I like to believe that they just kind of forget how big they write Odyssey sometimes because they forget, oh yeah, it's a 2-terminal city with a VA hospital and a bus station and a train station and taxis, but it's a small town. I swear.
And like 3 retirement homes, a mental health institution.
Yeah, a mall, a thriving mall, I should say.
Like, bro, my city, it's not huge, but it's definitely not like a small town. It doesn't even have a mall. And they're talking about the Odyssey Mall, and I'm like, what?
I know.
Yeah.
And then they almost win Best Small Town in America. Like, you're not a small town, guys.
Right?
Odyssey, baby, we love you, but we aren't buying any of it.
And then I love when Jay obviously organizes. Well, they show up and Mr. Whitaker's there, but he also kind of organizes it. He's like, Vance is like ready to hightail it out of there, and Jay's like, "No, let's stay." If my memory's correct, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
And he
Jay
outs
went
them.
in-
Yeah.
Jay went in like a separate time without Vance because he went to go tell Mrs. Wilson or whatever, like, this is it. I'm not Humphrey. He's not
Stop
Teddy.
taking money.
Yeah, like, don't give me your money anymore. I'm so sorry. And she's like, oh, I never did trust that Teddy. But then when she tells him about the tire story, like with her husband, and she's like, oh, my Donald was always like that. Was there another guy named Donald trying to get money out of you too? That makes me cry because, it just gets so defensive.
He wants to protect this. He wants to protect her so bad, and it's so sad.
I know.
And then she's telling him the story about the earrings and how her music box got broken, but she'll never let go of the earrings. And then he's like, "I'm gonna get one for her."
Claire Delooney.
Yeah.
And he's like pulling Olivia in and is like, go buy it.
Hides in her locker.
Because all the guys apparently live close to J&J Antiques. And I'm like, no, I want the scene of Jay going into J&J Antiques where, well, I guess Jason's not there at that point, is he? Never mind then.
Guess not.
No, he is.
No, because
Is he?
No, he's not, because he doesn't come back to Odyssey till the next album.
Oh,
the next
you're
album.
right. I'm just thinking, well, Jack and Joanne are out of town, but yeah, you're right.
I feel like I can hear Jack laughing at Jay, like, after he leaves, like, I can't keep up with this boy, you know?
Kids these days.
I miss Jack Allen. I was listening to an episode with him, Malachi's message. Everybody's like, Joanne's like, Jack, do something. And Jack's like, I think I've seen you before, which just sums up Jack Allen's personality. He's just like, I think I've seen you before.
I was listening to The Paint the other day, and just like Jack and Joanne's newlywed dynamic, it was so cute. Whenever he called her dear and darling, I'm just like, quit making me cry, you cute old people.
Old
I
love.
was listening to For Whom the Wedding Bells Tolled, and what was it? And it's the one where I've been listening through, and I was listening to like the one where Jack and Joanne first met, and I forgot that they have not been together the entire time. I keep forgetting that there was a Jack before Jack and Joanne. Because they seem like totally different people. Because Jack, before Joanne, was basically just the super spiritual guy who had dreams about the future or whatever. And then when Joanne showed up, he seemed like more of a real person.
Yeah.
Which I love Jack altogether, but still. It was just, they seem like different people in a good way.
Yeah, for sure. I also forget he was married before Joanne. Like, I forget about it. But
and he has like grandkids apparently.
Yeah, he's like mentioned his grandkids. He never talks about his actual children. And I'm like, are they distant or what's going on here? Because I want to know more about this.
What they did with the books, like with how they're writing the Blackford books and the Young Wit books, they need to start doing books about the characters who have, like the actors who have died, since they can't write episodes anymore. They need to start writing book series about them.
Yeah. Do they include like Jenny and Jack in the Young Wit books?
I've never actually read them, but if they're anything like the episodes, Jack's included, Jenny's not.
Oh.
Because they met Jenny in college, and Jack grew up with him.
Oh, I thought Jenny grew up.
No, they met because Jenny was Jack's girlfriend in college. And then they ended up, and then Whit fell in love with Jenny. That's that whole line in, I don't remember, was it Fourth When the Wedding Was Told? I don't remember, but it was like, all my friends used to steal my girlfriends away. How do you think Whit met Jenny? And Connie's like, what?
Yeah, I remember that. I was just like, oh, Whit, John Avery.
And then he fell for Emily, and then sadness happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Sad sad times. Sad times.
Anyway, back to the actual episode. So,
Yeah.
what happened?
Uh,
So, give the whole speech. She gets the music box, and then Olivia, he's hiding with the eye patch. He thinks just the eye
Yeah,
patch is going to
meet
keep him
me in the
hidden.
bushes with the eye patch. What is it with you and bushes? It reminds me of Grandma Jay. When Priscilla was like, how do you do this? You build up a tolerance.
And okay, so when we first meet Jay, I don't know if this is his first episode. The first episode I remember is Target for a Week, where
believe that.
Matthew Matthew is being picked on by Vance and Jay. So it sounds like they're friends. And then after that, they do not sound like friends. After that episode.
Yeah, I feel like I'll have to listen to that episode again, but from what I remember, I feel like Jay was just like, geez, Vance, you're really kind of a butthead, and then I don't like you anymore.
That might be true. I have not listened to that one in a very long time. I just vaguely remember being like, wasn't Jay there too?
Yeah. I just remember, oh no, that was in Have a Heart when Buddy was freaking about Dion beating them up. And it was like he was imagining like the lizard that they were dissecting. Who is like, look, I swear I'm not gonna sell you car insurance.
Odyssey saw their thing and took it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think Jay might
Yeah,
have said
and then-
something about like give you life insurance, but I don't remember.
Probably. I don't remember. But so Jay does that, and then Olivia gets him, and then he meets him, and Vance is just walking by the nursing home for some reason.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did say all the guys live around the nursing, or no, around Jay.
J&J.
Let's just say that the nursing home is by Jane.
It's J&J
You know.
Antiques, and right next to it's the nursing home.
Oh, perfect. I mean, oh, dang it, I shouldn't have said that. But, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
they go in and they have the music box. And the conversation with Vance and Jay though, where Vance is like, Jay says, so the only way that you will stop is if I get caught. And he says yes. And he's like, okay then. And then he goes in and basically like intentionally gets himself in trouble.
Yeah. The first time I heard the episode, I like heard Jay be like, now give me all your money. And then I'm like, Jay Smouse, what are you doing? And then I'm like, oh wait, he's got a plan here. He's got a plan.
Yeah. It's like he couldn't bring himself to turn himself in, so he got caught instead.
Yeah.
I love the idea of Jay like getting himself in trouble.
It was
It's just
amazing.
hilarious. They just it was a great thing. It's good character development, that part in the episode.
What?
I
The
also
ending
love
always makes good.
I was gonna say I just like how Jay's like, yeah, I won't ever be allowed back into the nursing home.
That's what I was gonna say. That, like, while I totally 100% get it, it also makes me really sad because he really was helping her and he really did want to.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, he even gives with the card. But I get why. Like, I totally understand why they would kick him out. But it also
yeah,
kind of
for
makes me sad because he was finally building up that relationship and now he's not allowed to go back.
yeah. Oh, you know how like during the pandemic, you know, like nursing homes, they like aren't allowing visitors. What if he
Yeah.
did the thing where like he talks to her through the window?
Oh! And like he pops out of the bushes and is like, and she pulls up the window and she's like, Humphrey, why don't you come inside? Oh,
Yes!
I'm making myself sad.
Yes! Oh my
Okay.
gosh. I can totally see that happening, and then like
I can too. And then like someone walks by and he ducks into the bushes.
and she's like, "Oh, Humphrey, you silly boy, you're just like your grandfather."
Oh!
To remind her constantly, now, Mrs. Wilson, I'm Jay. I remember. Oh, Jay, that's right. I'm so sorry. And then he's like, no. Don't feel bad. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Oh, this hurts.
Yeah. Oh, you know what really hurts? When, like, Jay and Whit and Vance and Olivia were all in her room, and she's like, oh, it's like a party. And she's so happy.
And then she says, what about my party when they all leave?
Yeah! It makes
Oh!
me so sad. Bob, what are you doing to me?
This is why I don't listen to this episode often.
They don't let Bob Hoose write episodes that often, but this is why, because they're just like so emotionally like.
He is such an underrated writer. Like, oh my goodness. He is so good. If I could just have an album of just him and Marshall Younger, because Marshall Younger writes a lot of like really emotional stories too. I'd be like set. Like, yes. But
yeah.
2020
He really is
got me,
underrated.
he really 2020 got me like Mrs. Kramer's. My lack of faith in humanity is restored because of you. Mhm.
Yeah.
But also, so you know how Whit said that him and Mrs. Wilson, they used to teach in the same school. Now I understand like you can be like probably like 20, early 20s, all the up to way to like however old teaching in a school. But does that mean Whit is old enough to be in a nursing home?
Yes.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, yes. He's like 120. He's Methuselah.
I was trying to explain the timeline to my roommate, and I'm like, yeah, Whit's son died in Vietnam. And he's like, he died when? And I'm like, yeah, and he fought in World War II. It's like, how is he that old? He's not.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't make sense. You just kind of roll with it.
Yeah, they're basing the present day shows like at least like 2015, I feel like. From kind of the vibes I so
yeah, I
like,
think that the albums are based like a year and a half to 2 years before they air.
yeah. Which I mean that makes sense from these, especially these like Bucket Jules episodes lately. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely like very recent. I remember that stuff happened like in the news media and all that stuff, but I don't know. Again, I think they might have forgot how they dated themselves.
Yeah. I'm on Bob Hoose's episodes, and he's written a lot for Jay. Like he wrote Unbecoming Jay, Mistaken for Good, Groundhog Jay. Like he wrote all of those, and then he wrote a lot of the Emily and Matthew episodes.
He should take
He
over.
He wrote a sacrificial. He wrote a sacrificial escape.
He did. I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
I thought Phil wrote that.
No, yeah, it was written by Bob Hoose.
Dang. He really is underrated.
That explains a lot.
That's why Emily was so good in that episode. I mean, like, whenever anyone else writes, it's good, but like, she is exceptional.
Yeah, he also wrote Further from the Truth, the one where Emily finds the note in her locker.
Oh my gosh. Jamie, didn't we like yell at Phil on Tumblr about Further from the Truth?
Probably.
Oh no! Oops.
Well, It was written by Bob Hoose and Phil Lawler.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't feel so bad.
That was a combined episode. And then A Sacrificial Escape, Beyond Repair. Oh, that was actually a pretty good one. Beyond Repair. He's written a lot of club episodes too. Beyond Repair is the one where the pastor takes the girl to like forgive her dad, and she's like, no, and then it ends with her not forgiving him.
Yeah.
In prison.
Yeah, I remember that
Oh,
one.
Case of the Bald-Capped Hero. I like that one.
Oh, yeah.
The Key Suspect.
The Key Suspect is really good. The
Secret of the Writer's Ruse.
Ooh.
Like, these are all Bob Hoose episodes. He's really underrated. I did not realize this.
Dang. Huh. We stand Bob Hoose, everybody.
McCusker and Paul McCusker and Bob Hoose and Kathy.
Yes, and Abigail.
And Abigail.
And Marshall. Yep, which is, you know.
We appreciate
Phil. We appreciate Phil Lawler. We're just a little mad at him right now.
We appreciate what you used to do. It's just at the moment we're a little bitter.
You know. Maybe he'll redeem himself, but for the episode and album 70, let's call the whole thing off. I don't have very good feelings about this, just based on the title.
Yeah, I'm just thankful it's not that no one's slated to get married right now, because if that was the title of an episode and everyone was slated to, and someone was slated to get married, I'd be like, oh no.
Oh yeah. Connie and Jason.
It's like an album being named Without a Hitch being based around Penny and Wooten getting married. You're just like,
Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, back to Mistaken for Good.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's basically where the episode ends.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fast-paced episode, and that's like the only thing. I know it's like very common in like some of the more newer episodes. They're super fast-paced, so you get a lot in, but you also don't.
Yeah. It's a very fast-paced episode, and the thing is, a lot of it were just, and not like a lot happened at the same time, not a lot happened. It was a very straightforward plot with kind of long scenes.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't a bunch of little scenes. It was just like 4 or 5 long scenes, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, basically, it's like Wits End, nursing home, school, nursing home. It ends.
Yeah.
Have I mentioned I hate Vance?
The fact that you hate him almost as much as Brandon, or if not as much as Brandon, is wow. That's saying something right there.
Yeah, it really. I love how you're like, whoa. Yeah, she gets up there with Brandon. Yeah, that's how much Grace despises him. Which, like, AIA fans, like, yeah, if y'all know anything about me, it's I love Katrina and I hate Brandon.
My thing is, I feel like it would, at this point, like, if anyone's a fan that's not on Tumblr, that's great, and we're so happy to have you here. But if you're on Tumblr, you get, like, a whole different side of us. Where it's like, we're the same people. It's just we're a lot more intense when we're typing it out and not speaking it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know if any of our listeners have, like, ever scrolled through my Tumblr page, but you will see some very passionate mental health rants, which, like, I'm still the same person I am here, but yeah, it's something I'm passionate about, you guys.
Yeah. I wish I was more active on the AIO Tumblr. Like, I am half the time, and then I, like, disappear, and then I come back. Most of the time, I'm just, like, reblogging what everyone else has already put down.
Yeah. It's really just, like, I will post whatever random thing comes to mind, and I'll be like, yep, this is cool. But I do enjoy seeing other people's content, and reblogging it.
Yeah. And I know Tumblr is a very interesting place. Very unique, awesome.
Uh-huh.
That's probably my favorite part, though, because mental health.
Yes. There will be, as long as I have Tumblr, there will be no shortage of screaming for mental health justice.
Yeah. So I was just, this is off topic, kind of. It's a different episode. But I've had an episode downloaded on my phone, and I thought I should re-listen to it because it was downloaded. And it was In Another Man's Shoes. And it is such a good episode. I just added it to the list because it is so good. It's about Jared and the bully whose name I'm forgetting. But it like straight up deals with parental abuse and ends with Chris saying, if you find yourself in this situation, please talk to your teachers or your pastor or someone you trust. And I'm like, they went there.
Whoa.
It was like, I forgot about it. There's not even a warning at the beginning. I almost think they should because the dad like goes off. But it was a good episode.
I'm gonna have to write that. Is it Jared's dad that's abusive, or is it like his?
No. Jared like does this like assimilation thing where he's now he now looks and sounds and is living the life of his bully.
Oh.
And it's the bully's dad.
That episode. Was that like when like the dad was taken away and the kid had to go into like foster care or something?
No.
This was an invention that Whit made, and Jared stole this guy's shoes, and he's like a star basketball player or something.
Soccer player.
Soccer, yes. And he went through this simulation, and he likes to grow flowers.
And then he goes home and his dad is back. And he's like, why do I feel like this is, and Alex is thinking, why do I feel like this isn't a good thing? And then his dad is like throwing things and the wife is yelling, stop, please stop. And then he comes in and is like, leave her alone. And,
yes.
Okay.
Oh man.
Hot listen.
So next week we'll do Mailman Cometh and The Taming of the Two. And if my memory serves me right, they're actually the same album.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Perfect.
Okay, I was thinking about this, and at some point, we should, like, maybe, I don't know, instead of just flat up reviewing every single week, we should do an episode where, maybe think of it when you're talking about how much you hate Brandon and Vance equally. We should do a list of, like, our top 10 favorite characters and least favorite characters and episodes and stuff like that, so that it's not a review every single week.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Maybe, like, once a month, do something different.
Yeah. Or you know how when we like first started the podcast, we talked about like scenes that we want to see done in Odyssey.
Yeah, I just think that while I love reviewing the episodes, I just think it would be nice to like every once in a while break away from it.
Yeah, it's a good refresher. It's a good idea.
Also, they get to know more about us other than what we just ramble.
Yeah, I like that idea. Because, I mean, I honestly don't know how much they actually know about us, like, from then what else we say.
So, hey, people, if you would like to hear this, email us or message one of us on Tumblr or the AIA or leave a comment and let us know or ask questions. We'd be happy to answer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Please interact with us.
Yes. Please.
Let us know that there's actually people who care, if you care.
Yeah. Anchor says there should be about 35 of you, so.
Wow, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure some of those include us listening to them after the fact.
Oh yeah,
probably.
You know the episode "Call Me If You Care." Like, email us if you care.
So, disclaimer. We're also not affiliated with Focus on the Family, by the way. Please don't ever think that.
Today's episode was brought to you by Aram, the recording bot.
We're
We
chaos.
are chaos. Goodbye.